Dimple Victories here, and today I have a quick grading tips and pre-submission video for you. But first I want to thank all of you for the support and kindness over the time I've been making content on here. I've made many great hobby friends, and I just appreciate all the comments. I'm almost at 3,000 subscribers. It's been a slow but steady climb, which tells me that's the great kind of subscribers I want. You know, the kind that really appreciates the hobby and plan on sticking around long term. That fits my personality perfectly, as you know, I've always enjoyed kind of being the turtle in the race. You know, consistent, not flashy, just a quiet success. All right, let's start with a few grading tips, and then I'll go over the second wave of cards I'll be submitting for the PSA $15 special. It's about 200 cards again. All right, we're going to start by talking about fish eyes, the little circular factory imperfection. We're going to start by talking about this Kobe card. This card is flawless other than a tiny little fish eye. You can see it right here. Unfortunately, being on the front of the card, it is pretty small. It will bring you down with PSA a full grade. So if I was thinking this was a Gem 10, it's a Mint 9. But if that little fisheye was on the back in a not very noticeable spot on the card, then you still have a shot at a 10. But since it's on the front, and also the position of the fisheye makes a difference. If it was like right on his eye or in his mouth, I think that might bring it down 2 grades. But as it is, this card would grade a Mint 9. But if you get more than one fisheye, 2 or 3, it's going to bring you down more, obviously. I mean, look at this Jordan. Look at all of them. I honestly think this would bring you down at least 2 grades. So if this were a Gem 10, it'd be down to an 8 or 7. So definitely be aware of the fisheyes on a card and the position they are located. Next, I want to talk little marks on the back of the card. They can be little fingernail marks, little indents, factory stuff. I see them all the time on back of cards. And it depends on the severity, but I wanted to talk about this one in particular. See it right there. So it's very light. Other than that, this card is great candidate for grading. Most likely it'll bring you, that mark will bring you down 1 full grade, but I wanted to let you know it is possible to still get a Gem Mint 10. I've noticed that some graders overlook little marks like that on the back of the card. So it still might be worth grading, and it's definitely overlooked by SGC. But with PSA, they might let it slide, so it's worth the gamble when you see little marks like that. Now I want to get into the dreaded 1990s Upper Deck back corner pinches. You'll see them all the time in those 90s Upper Deck cards. Alright, so let's show you where the pinch is. If you can see it, it is right there, bottom right corner. By pinch, I mean it has like a little indent right here. It's very common, especially on this card right here. Unfortunately, those pinches will bring you down 2 full grades with PSA. So this card, if I thought it'd be a 10, it'll be an 8. And it's kind of unfortunate right there. I see it all the time. Here's another really nice. It had a Gem Mint chance, but I flipped it over, and you can kind of see right there. More of divot on the outside. It's very common on this card too. I see it all the time through the years. So unfortunately, this would probably be a PSA 8 too. So be on the lookout for these. All right, let's talk what I believe to be the worst factory imperfection out there, because it knocks you down a full 4 grades. It'll get you what you think would be a Gem 10, will get you a PSA 5 or a 6. Most likely a 5. If you can see it, it's right there. The crescent moon dimple, I call it. It's evident. You just got to know what to look for. And it happens all the time on these ultra modern prisms. Quality control. But like I said, I'm okay with the quality control being bad, because I love the hunt for pristine, flawless cards in condition-sensitive sets. Yeah, I don't want there to be high populations. I like the low pop counts on PSA. It's fun for me to try to get those gem 10s. So there you go. Watch out for those dimples. All right, let's talk hulking greening for a little bit. Very common in the 90s chrome cards, especially in the year 1996 and 1997. You also get it all the time in those early 90s and mid-90s finest, Topps finest. Anyway, I wanted to show you a more subtle one. This is the subtle one. You can tell we got some greening here, some slight on his shoulder, a little bit on his leg, a little bit on his head, but you know, that's nothing compared to all of his face, kind of all of his arm, a lot of his leg, a lot of his right side of his jersey. So the more graining you have, the worse grade you're going to get. If you have any slight amount of grading, even a tiny bit, you're going to be bumped down to a full grade. So like a PSA 9. I think this card has a shot as a PSA 9, but this card, all the grading would be a PSA 8. And it also happens a lot on these refractors. This one's I wanted to show you because it's very subtle. Card is perfect. You would think it would get a gem 10, especially if I remove the coating. That's another tip I recommend, removing the coating if you're grading the card, if you're wanting to make a profit, because that's your only shot at a gem 10 is if you remove the coating. Otherwise, it'll get you a 9 or an 8. But if you're a collector, you know, you don't care about grading necessarily, you just want to keep the card, then I recommend keeping the coating on. Preserve it as its original form. But anyway, the subtle difference, look at his arm. Okay, you see his actual skin color, but then you get his arm is all different color. So that tells me that is a type of greening, even though it's not green, and it will affect the grade. Unfortunately, this would be a 9, even though it's perfect. Let's talk about the back corners of kind of these modern prism cards, ultra modern. Right here I have a flawless Odell Beckham on the front. It would get a gem mint 10, but it's kind of an in-between value card, meaning even if it got a 10, it would probably sell for only 40 or 50 bucks. And if it gets a 9, it'd be around 15 bucks. So it's not quite worth the gamble because I want to show you the corners. So the top corners look okay, but now you're going to get just a hint, a touch of white on these bottom corners, okay? I'll flip it around so you can see a little better. Actually, you can see better that way. A little bit of uplifting. It's very common on prism cards. See right there? See that little uplifting? Even if I try to smooth it down, it's still there. It's not going anywhere. So it's not very much, but you can see. And I see that all the time on the back of cards. And I think those two corners are going to bring it down one full grade. So this would be a PSA 9. Usually PSA doesn't overlook maybe one corner like that, but two, yeah, it's always prevalent on these darker corners. So be on the lookout for those. If you're going for the 10, I would hold off sending this card. All right, now I want to talk foil loss real quick. Your eye isn't trained to see this necessarily, so be on the lookout for them. As you can see, the foil design right here, all through here, but boom, what do you notice here? You're going to get a lot of foil loss right here. The grader's going to pick up on that, so always be on the lookout, and it'll be 2 full grades knocked down. So if this was a 10, you know, it will get that PSA 8, and you will lose money grading a card like this. So watch out for the foil, and the foil can happen on the back too. All right, now I'm going to talk about the factory small little dimples. They're almost like fisheye, the circular ones right here. And you can get multiple. You could get 10 on one card. And they happen all the time on optics and prisms and stuff like that. So this one's very small, but I wanted to show you a small one because even one that size can bring you down. It will bring you down a full grade to a PSA 9. And the position matters too. If it was on his head or, you know, in a really noticeable part, right in the smack dab in the middle, that'll hurt you even more. So one tiny one like that, I would say you have a 5% chance of still getting a 10 if all of the parts of the card are flawless. But most of the time, I'll bring you down to a mint 9. And then an in-between card like this, value-wise, it's just not worth it. And if you see 3 or 4 of those dimples, then I think it'll bring you down 2 full grades to a PSA 8. Finally, let's talk refractor, X-fractor, or prism lines, whatever you want to call them. They run vertical or horizontal on the card, and they can be 1 or 2 usually, and PSA does hammer them. So we'll start with this Bobby Wagner. You're going to get 1. I'd say this is a pretty slight one, but it runs all the way through right here. As you can see, looks like there's just 1 horizontal, no vertical. So a line like that, I think, would knock you 1 full grade. So you still have a shot at a mint 9. This card actually has one of the crescent dimple too, so this card's pretty much screwed. But I just wanted to show you the example with this kind of faint line that you're gonna see. That'll knock you full grade. So like I said, if it didn't have the dimple, this card would be a mint 9. But now I want to talk about a thicker refractor X-fractor line, prism line. See if you can see it on this Jaren Jackson. It is running horizontal all through there. See how thick it is compared to the other one I just showed you? And these ones are going to knock you 2 full grades. So if this were a 10, it would be a PSA 8. But centering's off on this one anyway. So these cards are prime candidates for ComC. I'll just ship them out and sell them there. People always ask in my videos what percentage of the cards I buy either on eBay or ComC are gradable, and I would say around 15%. So it may seem like I get really good raw cards, I buy them, but it's not the case. It's more I'm buying quantity. I'm buying a lot. I'm buying 50 cards at a time, and then I'm assuming, 10 of those are gradable, and the rest of them I'll either just tuck away or I'll ship off to ComC and sell them there. So there you go. There's a few tips, and now let's get into my pre-sub cards. Alright, so like I said earlier, about 200 cards, and I'm splitting it up into 4 separate orders, around 50 cards each order. When I was creating these stacks for submission, it wasn't as fun for me. These cards aren't as fun for me. I feel like it was more about profit because it includes a lot of Michael Jordan, Kobe, and some LeBron cards. And you'll see the quantity of each card too. I like sending a lot of different players, a lot of different sets from different years, but the fact remains that Jordan and Kobe cards, they sell really well in slabs, especially PSA slabs. And I'm thinking a part of that is because of all these repackers, those repack products. They want big names. They want the GOATs, right? And they want them slabbed up. Because your average collector, they know the GOATs, but they don't know people like Tristan Wirfs, I enjoy grading stuff like that, and there are some people out there like me that want that card, but the average collector, if they got a repack and they spent $100 and they got this, they're like, who the hell is that? They want those Jordan and LeBron and Kobe slabs. That's why they kind of still, the value remains stable and they sell pretty well. But all right, let's go ahead and get started. We'll start with the Tristan stack right here. And as usual, I like documenting just in case there's a little damage at PSA and see if it's my fault or their fault. Kind of, I'll look back at the video, this video. Here's the Tristan. Alex Singleton, he's on the Broncos now. He's actually having a good career, and that autograph looked flawless. Christian McCaffrey, even his kind of basic cards are worth grading, his rookies. And this one I like because I imagine it's condition sensitive with this darker blue back corner, so you're going to get, and edges, you're going to get a lot of chipping. And that one looked great. Purple color match on this Danielle Hunter. Trent Williams, longevity. I like the look of that card at 249. Just an old Eli. And I love the 1984 Topps football sets, but I also really enjoy these old reprint rookie cards of Hall of Famer football players. And I love them that they're in chrome form and refractor form. It's cool to own. So I'm going to grade a lot of these. You'll see in these stacks here. Here's the Eric Dickerson. Here's the Marcus Allen. It's out of 2001 archives. Condition sensitive set. I'm excited. I hope this gets a 9. Hall of Fame. Barry Sanders foil and Fuego Goldschmidt. I like the look of those cards. Some Palo. That was an in-between grading. I don't recommend grading too much of that. But the Shea Orange. I love the color match and just the overall eye appeal of that card. You got some LeBron optic. Jalen Brunson optic. Kristaps. He's playing pretty well for the Celtics. Dominique Wilkins out of 199. Here's the Jordan Golfing out of 2014. And we're going to get into some Kobe's and lots of Jordans. I think I'm sending in like 12 of these, so I split them up. So all of these, I'm not going to show each one, but there you go. And then here is the Kobe. Back in the day, late 2000s, I would buy cases. I think it was off Blowout too, of when they were cheap, of I think I bought a case of 2005 SPX basketball, SP Authentic basketball, Ovation basketball, and I would just pull out the autographs and jersey or whatever, and I would leave the base just in their box and tuck it in the garage. I had it in the garage for like 10 years, and I recently opened them up and had all these clean base of the GOATs, so worth grading. There's actually a lot of value in these. LeBron, Kobe, Fleer, some more Kobe Turkey Red, some Kobe SP Authentics. I had like 12 of these too. Lots of LeBrons. The SPX, I love the design too. I'm glad I found that case I bought. I have about 10 Jordans that are gradable, like Gem 10 quality. And the LeBrons look cool, and the Kobe's look cool. The Jordans, 2003 Kobe. And then I get to go ahead and put in some of my black refractors. If you watched my last pre-sub video, I'm building this set on the registry. So this is the fun part of my order for me, the PC. This will go directly to the PC. I think all these are the rookies now. Big Perk. Beasley, Zaza, James Jones. He could knock down a shot. Marquise Daniels, he came out hot too, his rookie year. Some Kobe's and some Jordans. This one didn't have a pinch, and they look good. All of these have Gem 10 chances. So that was the first sub. Next up, I don't do a lot of prospecting, but I just thought this was a cool card. I think I picked it up at a card shop for like $1, so it was worth it. This one I think would get a BGS Pristine 10. It is so nice. It was just worth grading. It's probably not too much value in 10, probably 40, $50, but it's Jordan Love, looked pretty good. I'm glad his season got better towards the end. He's playing really well. Some Dak, even some basic Daks might be worth grading. Some Kirk Cousins. His value will go back up in late summer when he's starting to get healthy and play again. Some Flacco. Here's more of those refractor rookie cards. Elway, I really look clean. All these are always off-centered. So I'm excited about that. The Ryan Leaf. Russell Wilson playing baseball. 2010. Some Luka Silver. Some Giannis. Some LeBron. A mem card. I like this because it's actually game used for the Shaq. Game worn. Jokic, I think 2017. Yep, optic. Numbered at 10, Andre Drummond. I don't know if he's a Hall of Famer, but he had a good career for sure. He's still playing on the Bulls. There's some Jordans, some Kobe's, and more of the Ovation cards right there. And this was kind of an insert in that Ovation. Some Jordan Fleer, Finest Kobe, Al Harrington, number 99. I love gold refractors, top scrum. I mean, who doesn't, right? More SPXs, Jordans, LeBrons. I'm excited. A lot of those have 10 chances. They look 10 to me. Some Kobe, Now we got some black. Troy Murphy, Banks, Dante Jones. He was a baller too. A lot of these guys didn't pan out. Capono, what a college career he had for UCLA. Willie Green, he's a coach now. Brandon Hunter. And some Jordan. I like the look of that card. The 89 Upper Deck style. That's a condition sensitive card. It looks like more like a mint 9, but those ones are tough in mint 9s. The Stadium Club look good too. 93 Upper Deck Jordan, I like that image. And 93 Anthony Black Gold rookie. Alright, next sub. Some basic Brock Purdy. But man, if he wins the Super Bowl, even that card will be $100. Some Jordan Love, silver. Some Myles Garrett, that one looked clean, just a little off center. Sepia. Calvin Johnson stuff sells well. Carson Palmer, he had a good career. The gold refractor at a 50. Here's some nice Sap and Suggs. Dual mem card. The Fridge, I always loved watching the Fridge. Ronnie Lott. Some Bryce Harper. There's a little baseball snuck in here. Bats of Brilliance, Sammy Sosa. A basic LeBron, but it's the blue. I like the image on that. I like this card. There's not much value to it, but him, AD, and Jokic battling. It's just a cool image. Giannis. Some more Kristaps. 2 of his autos. Julius Randle. You know, he's kind of undervalued in the hobby. He's playing really well for the Knicks and has played well for the Knicks for the past years. Kobe Bryant. They didn't make a lot of cards in 2010, so that's a cool card. More Ovation base. That's a nice looking Jordan insert. Kobe. Some LeBron. More Kobe, Hot Prospects. This might be my favorite card in the orders. It's so clean. It was kind of the base parallel out of 125 for Ultimate Collection out of the year 2005, I believe. Yeah. Nice looking card. I think it should gem up too. More Kobe's. 2005. More Jordans. Here's all those Jordan SPXs and the Kobe SPXs. We got Kobe Tradition. We got Rashard Lewis. Jarvis Hayes. He didn't pan out. He was supposed to be good. Reese Gaines. Zoran. Barbosa had a good career. A lot of this draft class was duds, though. We got studs and duds in this draft class for sure. Udonis, the longevity of his career. Very nice. Kobe. Sample. Some Encore Kobe. We got some 96 Fleer Jordan. There's also a lot of value in this Electrified Jordan. People like the design. It's condition sensitive. And the 93 Topps Jordan. Alright, go to the last sub. Alright, some basic Mosaic Tom Brady. Justin Jefferson silver, but it is the draft picks that don't sell as well. Same with this Goff, but it's a cool card. I think I sold a 10 for $70 on the Goff. Kirk Cousins. Talib. He won't be necessarily a Hall of Famer, but he had a good career. He actually had 5 Pro Bowls. It's the gold refractor out of 199. Some Unitas. Great looking card. Some Steve Young. I like the look of these bright lights. Edgerrin James. Cool neon design there. Acetate. Freddie Freeman condition sensitive card. It has a chance at a 10, so I'm excited about that. This Jaylen Brown looked great for a thick card. It looked like a mint 9, so I'm excited. 2 out of 3. For his Cal Bears uni. Shaden Sharp. Probably shouldn't submit that one, but I'm a Blazer fan. There's more of that air defense. Jokic and AD. Some Flux. Jokic. Same with this card, a Blazer fan, so I like it. Anthony Simons. Derek White. He's playing well for the Celtics. Michael Jordan. Retrospective Jordan. Some Ultra Kobe's. More of the Ovations. Superstar Theater Jordan insert look good. Prospects, those are the late 2000s. Gold Refractor, Matt Harpering, and the SP Authentics, Kobe's, and the Jordan. And then finally, More of those 2005 SPXs, Jordans, LeBron, Kobe's. This will pair with the Wizards one you saw the last sub. Michael Finley, Kirk Heinrich. He had a great college career. We got Travis Outlaw, fan favorite. Josh Howard, he came out hot his rookie year too. Mo Will, big part of the Cavs team. There you go. Some Jordan Sweet Spot base. This is another condition sensitive card. It looked good. It looked like a mint 9 at least. Jordan looks good too. I like that card. The flare, I'm sure I'll get an 8 on this. I'm terrible at flare, but it looks like a 10 to me. And then a 93 Fleer Jordan. So there you go. Wish me luck on this wave. I'm sure I'll do one more little wave. I'm probably at 400 cards submitted so far in this $15 special. So maybe like a wave of 100 cards to round up the special they have going on. Thanks for watching. I hope you found the tips helpful. And yeah, everyone have a great day.